Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Nick Tan Chats, my magic and mostly mentalism review show. My name is Nick Tan, and on today's episode, I'll be chatting with you guys about Star Map by Louis Laval, released with the 1914. So hi again guys, welcome back to the channel, and as always, thanks for showing up, thanks for tuning in, and for spending some time with me today. So I do have a couple of items that I've yet to do a review on. You know, I've got something from the French twins, something from Haim Goldenberg, and also something from Kevin Lee, I think, from Hansen Chen Production as well. But today's episode, actually, I thought I'd be doing something a little bit more current, you know, because I do believe that reviews are at their best, you know, when they are released in a timely fashion, all right? And this item actually was just released really recently, so I thought, you know, this is where interest is at its highest, right? So I thought I would first, you know, handle this one before working through the rest. Also, on a personal level, you know, I've got some, shall we say, personal issues to attend to, you know, as of late. And so, yeah, I've got loads of just stuff to work through in my mind, and I don't know, man. I'll get through it, all right? It'll just take some time. But, you know, doing this review show as well helps me, you know, keep myself busy, I suppose, and helps keep my mind off things as I push through and make it through to the other side. So in today's episode, I'll be chatting with you guys about Star Map, released by Louis Laval. Alright, now this is not a review copy, you know, I wasn't sent this, you know, for free or anything like that. I bought this with my own money, alright, and the reason why I did it is because, well, it's Louis Laval. You know, most things by Louis Laval, I tend to just kind of take an interest in, and I immediately just you know, pay up right on the spot, because I really like his style of performing mentalism. I also enjoy his thoughts and his you know, his ideas, right, when he starts chatting about mentalism in general. So all I can say is, you know, if you are a fan of Louis Laval, you know, you like his thinking, you like his material, you know, his presentational style, just pick this up. All right, because you will definitely learn something from this. All right, but first of all, let's get into what Star Map is all about. So Star Map is actually a completely propless star sign reveal, all right? So it is a method that allows you to do a star sign divination. So with nothing written down, you know, nothing like that, you are able to actually tell a random person, a random stranger, a spectator, their star sign. Now, when it comes to star signs, you know, I've had a lot of mileage, you know, I've gotten a lot of effect out of star sign reveals. I use it extensively in my own work, you know, in my stage show. And, well, I don't use a propless method, obviously, because, you know, I really want it to hit, right? And, you know, propless methods do have a reputation for being, you know, slightly iffy. And also there's a lot of process, right? It's very process heavy on the spectator as well. So I don't wish to have that. And the only propless method for kind of ascertaining a spectator's star sign for me has always been, you know, to use a PA. Okay, a PA, and I've been using a PA for many years, on and off, you know, and the one I learned actually comes from a Canadian mentalist, Yaz Yakuts, okay, from his Completely Mental Notes. So using the method, you know, on and off over the years, right, I will probably say that my hit rate, you know, success rate, you know, shall we put it that way, has been about, I don't know, 85%, you know, and the remaining part of that, you know, when it fails, is always because of spectator fault, you know, and I'm not blaming them, you know, but sometimes in the heat of the moment, you know, when a spectator is put on the spot, they just can't spell their star sign, right? Especially for the longer ones, you know, Sagittarius, I don't know, Capricorn, you know, the longer ones. And, you know, sometimes if, you know, you ask them if, you know, there's an I, you know, in the spelling of their star sign, is there an I? If it's Sagittarius and they say no, well, that, you know, if you know a PA, you know that kind of throws the whole thing off, right? It kind of derails the whole method. So I've had that happen to me a couple of times, once even on stage, all right? And that was a really bad experience because I was using a PA in conjunction with a kind of a one ahead kind of a thing. So that was just a nightmare, all right? But so I don't use a PA you know, in on a stage. If I ever did use it, it's mainly for close-up performances, which I used to do at one time. Now, why do I mention PAs? It's because, well, most people would think that a star sign reveal, a propless star sign reveal, would utilize this kind of a method, right? Well, star map does not use a PA. There is still an element of you kind of throwing out letters. However, it is only ever either, the first letter of their star sign or like the last letter of their star sign. Okay, so it's really, really simple for the spectator to kind of work out. It's not it's not like is there an S in your star sign, and they have to kind of like spell it out in their head. It's nothing like that. It's literally just think of the last letter or think of the first letter. That's all. Okay, so that's the only kind of similarity I think that star map has with a PA, but it is not using a PA at all. So what does the process for star map look like, right? Because you know that it is a propless thing, there has to be a process of sorts, yeah? So, well, the process is kind of like this. If you have watched a trailer for star map on the 1914 website, you would already have kind of seen a little bit of that. So basically, you have a spectator think of their star sign, they hold up their hand just like that, and you place your hand, against theirs, just like that, okay? And then from there, you have them visualize, all the stars in the night sky gathering around your hands, and you imagine them kind of forming into the constellations, all right? All the various constellations of the star signs. Once that kind of visual imagery is in place, just a couple of moments later, okay, you will be able to tell them their star sign, okay, in a really natural kind of a way that won't feel process heavy at all. So what do you get when you purchase Star Map? Okay, so Star Map is a video, kind of a tutorial, which runs for about 45 minutes, which is kind of broken up into like 10 videos, which makes learning quite easy, I suppose, especially when you wish to go back to a particular chapter to kind of revise and revisit certain things. So on the tutorial, you will have Louis Laval talk about Star Map itself, introduce you to the method. He'll tell you what you need to get memorized, okay, which I will talk about later on as well. He'll tell you what to memorize, how to memorize as well. He will have a studio kind of performance with D. Christopher. There will also be a kind of a live performance as well, so you can see how it actually works out with a live spectator. And then at the end of the video, he will also give you some closing thoughts to finish off the whole tutorial. So here are some general kind of thoughts that I have on Star Map. So Star Map, well, most of you out there who already do a PA, to get a star sign, you might be thinking to yourself, do you really need this? Okay, and I'll tell you that the process that is used for Star Map is really natural, and the presentation is beautiful even, all right? Because, when Louis does it, it's quite romantic, the way he does it. I mean, it's Louis Laval, right? He can make anything sound really, mystical and kind of romantic just by saying his name. Hello, my name is Louis Laval, and this is a blue silk. So, yes, when it comes to the process, all right, to get the spectator star sign, it is a really simple, straightforward, and natural feeling kind of a process. And as Louis explains, the method is worked into the presentation, and the presentation is actually what forms the method as well. On the spectator's part, okay, as opposed to other kind of propless mentalism approaches or PAs even, right? Because even for using a PA, a spectator has to be quite kind of present to kind of spell out their star sign in their head as you get impressions about letters. So, those things can cause problems for a spectator, someone who is nervous, someone who's put on the spot. And also, some methods involves the spectator doing some math in their head, even if it's really simple math, it is still math nonetheless, and these processes, these mental processes that you have the spectator do can kind of, cause problems, right? Especially if, they make just one simple mistake through the whole thing. But the process for Star Map is really simple because all the spectator really has to do is to kind of imagine what you tell them to imagine, right? The stars forming around their hands, that kind of a thing. That's all they have to imagine, and all they have to think about is their star sign, okay? Which shouldn't be a problem, if they do know it. So yeah, what I like about it is that it's a really simple thing for the spectator to follow, and therefore, it's you're more or less guaranteed a successful conclusion. That being said, I'll tell you this, there is going to be some memory work involved, okay? The memory work is kind of like, it's not difficult, it's really simple. I have it down already, because I do use like star sign reveals in my own show. So what needs to be remembered, what needs to be committed to memory, I already have it. But for those of you out there who are not familiar with, star signs and things like that, there's going to be some memory work involved, okay? And Lewis actually gives you a really simple way, to get memorized what you need to get memorized. Yeah. Also, from the trailer, you might notice that, there's mention of the 4 seasons, or there are like some images of spring, summer, autumn, winter, that kind of a thing. That was initially a concern for me, because here in Singapore, we don't have 4 seasons, we only have 1 season, right, which is just hot. Initially, that was kind of like a concern for me. However, I quickly realized as I worked through the method, the 4 seasons aren't even used, in the performance at all. It is mainly kind of like your own way for handling the method. Okay, so it's not mentioned at all. So even if you are in a part of the world where you don't have the 4 seasons, like me, right? I'm in Singapore, we don't have the 4 seasons. It doesn't matter, all right? It doesn't matter at all because that is not used in the method at all. In fact, for me personally now, the way I've kind of, memorized or worked on star map in my own head, I've not used the 4 seasons at all. I've just kind of used numbers, okay? Like 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, if you get star map, you'll know what I mean. Okay, the 4 things. All right. So I just use numbers, and that immediately just kind of clicks with me. That's the way I perform star map. So no concern whatsoever about the use of the 4 seasons. So will I be using star map, in place of a PA? I really think I will. All right, I really think I will. I enjoy this quite a bit. I enjoy the process. Okay, because let's face it, if you're using a PA already or PA anyway, okay, to get a spectator's star sign, there is going to be a process already, right? You're going to have them, picture, your star sign spelled out in front of you, see all the letters. Oh, I'm getting the letters, and there's already that kind of a process. So why not use a more beautiful kind of a process, right? Where there's imagery and you have the spectator use their imagination to see the stars forming the constellations and things like that, and one kind of shines out to you. It just makes for a more kind of engaging and kind of, purposeful kind of a performance, as opposed to just, randomly calling out letters. Again, this review might be biased, because I am a Louis Laval fan, all right? I'm a big fan of Louis Laval. Just listening to him talk, in the tutorial is just really nice, really inspirational as well. Again, whatever he says just sounds so nice. Hello, my name is Louis Laval, and this is a clip. So that's all I have to say about star map, all right, from Louis Laval and the 1914. The more I work at star map, the more I kind of rehearse it in my head, the more I find it interesting that the method actually kind of is in front of me when I have a spectator in front of me, okay, because I literally can see the method or like around them, when I'm performing it, because oh yes, there's also a PDF that is supplied to you as well that lists out, the star map itself, all right, because there is a map that is involved. You would probably have seen it in the trailer. So in the PDF, there's that little image that they will give you for you to use and to practice and rehearse with. That image is literally what I imagine myself seeing now when I am faced with a spectator and when I'm performing for someone. Okay, so I don't know, it's just an interesting thing for me that the method is kind of like right in front of me when I perform. If you'd like to pick up a copy of Star Map for yourself, I will leave the link in the description box down below. As always guys, thanks for watching today's episode. If you're new to the channel, do remember to subscribe to the channel. If you like this video, hit the like button as well, hit the bell notification button as well, so that you'll be notified every time I upload a new video on YouTube. So till next time guys, as always, take care of yourselves, stay safe, have fun with your magic and your mentalism, and I will see you on a future episode of Nique Chats.